Alizah with Morah Alizah, and today I am sharing a mini history lesson on the African diaspora into the Americas. So I'll be doing quick little history or mini history lessons on just a variety of topics as it comes to me. And so this is our first. So welcome to mini history lessons, African diaspora into the Americas. So this particular lesson, you really won't need anything except for a map and some basic information. I am going to load up 2 charts as I talk, and you're free to go to my blog, morahshali.com, and download those if you want your children to work with the charts. But it's not necessary. If you have a map, you can easily get them to understand this. So when we went over American history, one of the things that I wanted the children to understand was as the slave ships are leaving the shores of Africa, they are arriving to several American lands. And when I say America in this sense, I mean the whole corporate body, so North, Central, and South. Okay, but since we're in American history, when I first go over this, I'm not going into the specific lands outside of the United States. I am just giving them an overview of the diaspora in terms of where the enslaved Africans were sent to here. So you should see this chart loaded, and on the left hand side of the chart, or where it says nations, you'll see 5 nations. There are mainly 5 groups of people or 5 nations responsible for the dispersion of Africans into these foreign lands for them at the time. The first is Britain. Sometimes, you know, it's written as the Roman Empire, even though I would argue the Roman Empire, all 5 of these working together with a few other nations. But you're gonna see Britain. And so it is important for me that the students understand, if you belonged to the British, overwhelmingly, as far as the Americas are concerned, overwhelmingly you were placed in North America and some Caribbean lands or islands, right? And so then the language you speak, if you look at it all the way on the right, would be English. Okay, so going all the way across, Britain, North America for location, and some Caribbean islands or lands, and then the language would be English. Okay, so I want them to understand during American history, this diaspora. All right, the second nation there are the Dutch, and I just had them add 1 location because, again, we're not getting into any non-US history at this time, but I do want them to have that overview. So one Dutch island, Aruba, and then that language is also Dutch, and sometimes it's like Dutch or English depending on those lands. All right, and then third would be France, and one of the locations that our people were sent to that was occupied by France is Haiti. And so the languages that are spoken in, obviously, the lands that are France occupied are French and then Creole. And then the 4th nation that you see is Portugal. Portugal, they sent their people to Brazil, and so there they speak Portuguese. And then last is Spain. Spain, overwhelmingly, those enslaved Africans went to Central and South America, and they speak Spanish. Okay, so quick overview again: Britain, North America, and some Caribbean islands, English. The Dutch, like Aruba, there's others, they speak Dutch, and sometimes Dutch occupied nations speak English too. The third, there is France. One of those nations is Haiti. They speak either French or Creole. Fourth is Portugal. They were, those enslaved Africans were sent to Brazil. They speak Portuguese. And then last is Spain. Some enslaved Africans were sent to Central and South America, and they speak Spanish. Okay, so it's important for me that even in U.S. history, they understand the diaspora into all of the Americas. Okay, I do tell them about other diasporas like we're later, but for American history, I do concentrate on what happened in America as far as that overview. Now, after I study American history, we go into Latin American history and South American history in order to go into depth with the people who were scattered and dispersed down there. All right, and many of those people look like us. Some are of European descent, and some are, you know, a mixed population, also with Native American ancestry as well. So when we get to Latin American history, we narrow in on some of those Central and South American nations, and I'm going to talk about that in my next mini history lesson. So if you like this video, if it was a good little mini history lesson for you, please like, share, subscribe. You can follow me on my blog at morahalizah.com as I load up the charts and stuff for you to use if you would like to use them. Until next time, shalom.